Sigmain.
Gotta get those levels right.
I'm a Sigmain. I go out. I don't even.
Here we go.
Birdman swear.
Oh, fuck, blew it. Ready?
Birdman swear. Birdman swear.
This time. Third time lucky. Go.
Birdman swear. Birdman swear. Birdman
Kick her in the guts, Trev.
Yeah.
Kick her in the guts.
Yeah. All I want to do is sneeze. I'll be sneezing all day.
You got the polos, mate. You got the pollen vibes.
Oh,
That seems
sneeze
weird. As
so-
we're heading into winter, there shouldn't be that much activity out there.
No, I think I've just got. I can't get on top of the old allergies, eh?
Oh, the old allergies.
So sorry for the sniffing, team. Jesus.
Oh, Sniffo, you and Joel. Yeah, the Sniff brothers.
Oh.
Oi, where the bros? Sniff boys. What's happening? What's happening, Hodge?
Anti-swat stacker.
Tattoos.
Potato.
How you going, mate? It's been a while since we've had a little double swoo.
There you go, mate.
How you going, mate? Eh? The last little swoo action was a Jolo and a little wee Bakerspunk podcast man, Sean Rose.
Bakerspunk. Good old Rosie, eh? He's doing real good with that.
Did you
doing-
enjoy our little wee one-on-one?
Yeah. Truth be told, I haven't finished the entire thing because I have
Oh,
been
disrespect.
Well, I'm going to today after we finish because I've got some little odd jobs to do around the property. But I have been listening to as many podcasts about UFC 300 as I can, basically just soaking it in.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
soaking in that Max Holloway post Max Holloway stoke.
Oh, mate.
basically.
We'll get into that, I reckon, halfway through the pod, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's going to be some big chats, man. It was...
So
Wow, we were.
just quickly, mate. So our backgrounds for because our I suppose we'll chuck this video up. Our backgrounds have changed for both of our setups in the
Indeed.
recent months.
Mm.
Jolan, perhaps you could illuminate the audience on your new background.
Yeah, I did a bit of renovations over the Christmas break, and with the help of some family members who are builders, which is awesome. Shout out Boydo and Gibby. And yeah, I just whacked out this little wee gimp room, which was my old gimp room / jam room / podcast room / Omega 500 room. And now I've just opened up the lounge. You'll see, still got a few things to fix up and do some painting, but I've just got one bigger lounge now, which is fucking sick. Got new carpet on the bloody for the Tootsies. Tootsies don't even know what's going on. It's like walking on a bloody fluffy clear.
It is nice. Yeah, good job with that. I enjoyed checking it out over Easter.
Hey,
And for myself, well, I think I'm able to do something here, Jola.
well, you're gonna use some technology, are you?
Check that out. There's me. So I'm sitting in my new office.
And
So
did you just switch your cameras over?
Yeah. I can
That's
switch it back
awesome.
in a second. So that's
How
the
nice does that
view.
look?
So from where I'm sitting, this is my view, in my office, and I've got myself a new desk, which I'm quite stoked with, and I'm just working. Oh, there's a little mark on the wall there. I'm going to be painting this office forest green, and getting some new surf photography from Rhino
Ooh.
and Brooksy up on the wall behind me.
Are there going to be ego shots of you?
There'll be one ego shot of me, that one at the wave trap
Yes,
that
good.
Warren Hawk took years ago.
Oh,
And there'll be one of Rhino's legendary drone shots, and also Brooksy's all-time photos from down in the Catlins that he took years ago that I
Nice.
just love. Yeah.
nice. Good work. That'll be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. How good was that? Technology at work, eh?
Hey,
Yeah. Should we just get a little backyard update? Hang on. Let's have a little backyard update.
yeah, mate. What's going on in the fucking backyard?
In your backyard.
What's going on back there?
Your backyard. So yeah, I'm loving it here anyway.
It's a nice little spot, Brizzy.
I've
It's a
just
nice
moved
little
into
spot.
the house from the last swoo we did. Where was the last swoo we did?
That was I'm not sure. Wasn't that just after the Wellesley one? It would have been
I think so. Was
episode
it just
would have been
after
episode
Christmas, wasn't
51. Yeah. I think it was in January, huh?
Was it?
I'm not sure. I have no idea.
Well, let's just look it up. I just want to look it up. Keep talking, bro.
Well, currently I'm watching WSL as well while we do this.
Yeah, me
Yeah, they're at main break, West Oz. Yeah, and as you talked to me earlier in the day, it is a bummer they're not out of the box because I saw that Whitey's out there shooting on his jet ski and it's pumping and they're surfing faggoty main break. But oh well.
Oh, so we did just like maybe 6 weeks ago, 8 weeks ago.
Hmm.
Just while we're talking, I do want to look up who won out of Devon Haney and
Ryan Garcia.
Ryan Garcia won.
No, I'm just saying, yeah, out of those two fighters. I wonder. I wonder.
Long. It won't be finished yet.
But yeah, WSL, I watched the quarterfinals this morning and early afternoon. That guy has that random wild card, George Pitar. Oh, Pitsy.
Why can't they just run it in box? It's just ridiculous.
I know. It's because it's too hard basket, eh? I guess they have to move some shit. They've got to have another little setup area, don't they?
I think they just the times that they've run it at the box because they've run it before at the box because the box is just across the bay.
Yeah, no, but still, you're going to have to get like crew over there, cameras and jettos, and
Yeah, but they've done it before, so I can't understand why they can't.
I just think it's too hard basket. I reckon they're just too lazy. Main breaks just delivers. There's been some good heats. Seth Moniz is making a fucking how we run. That George Pitar guy's doing good. John John's shredding. Jack Robbo's shredding.
Have you ever watched any of Jacob Zelesky's Zeke's vlogs? I actually love his vlogs, eh? Like,
they're okay. I think he's a bit of a knob, but I do like his little
Grogan.
I do like his vids. He's a little smart ass up himself, little Yankee.
Yeah, but we need characters in pro surfing and pro booging. It's so boring.
Yeah. I get it, but
I actually think he's got this weird like sort of try hard homey attitude. But I actually think he's actually probably a half decent guy. He's just got this try hard attitude.
He probably is. Yeah, he probably is, eh?
But I enjoy his vlogs because they're actually got some character to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think his vlogs and Nathan Florence is obviously the king.
He's the king of surf YouTube.
Nathan Florence is the king of surfing in general.
Pretty much, dude.
He's top dog.
He is top dog, eh?
Yeah. He's basically
100%.
top dog.
He is.
He's like the swell chasing that he does is unlike anyone's. And if you listen to his podcast, you can just tell he's just like, this is a job. This is my job. I'm going to create content for myself and my sponsors and up my value. You know what I mean? And he's just because like so many pro surfers and pro boogers, they're just spoiled little fuckwits. You've met them. You have, they're just burned out. They're just spoiled. The only reason they're pros because they're like just gifted with fucking, gifted with natural athleticism. Whereas I don't know, like I've met a lot of pro surfers, and so have you, and you're just like, you're a cop. You're just so spoiled. Like you just think everything's given to you.
Well, that doesn't fit the mold with Ryan Hardy. He's an absolute good bastard. Old hardballs.
There was
absolute good cunt.
but I think the guys that have risen right to the top over the years in bogging and surfing, those legends, right, are the guys with the best work ethic and the guys that are the most sort of grateful for the opportunity. So they work their ass off for the opportunity. Guys like Stewart, the Hubs, Hardy, even Winchester, Ben Player, you know?
Yeah, they're all good buggers.
PLC. Or should we talk about Morey as well? That's quite been an interesting development recently.
Oh shit, yeah. You're talking about Morey bodyboards.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Pierre.
Yeah, and the owners are trying to, you know, reinvent the company and like get rid of the tarnish that it's had for the last couple of decades, you know?
Yeah. Yes, I wonder I'd love to know the details behind it. So PLC, for those of you who don't know, is a pro boogie boarder, dude. Just before we jump into that though, did you see on Jacob Zelesky's video in Oz? He was tuning these chicks somewhere, and then he was like, "Yeah, I'm actually a pro boogie boarder," and they're like, "Ew, ew." Did you see that?
Yeah, that's good.
That's funny. Yeah, they're like, "Ew." But yeah, PLC Pro Boog for a long time has been like at the pinnacle of the sport, and he was with Pride for a very long time, Pride Bodyboards. So I wonder what happened behind the scenes there. Either Pride might have dropped his paycheck a little bit, and so PLC was probably went hunting, and yeah, maybe the Morey reinvention and the offer that they gave him was just too good to refuse, huh?
Well, I've got a bit of context about it because I did some little bit of digging actually because I'm a bit of a nerd.
Yeah.
And oh wait, fuck, wrong person. And basically, so there's been a couple of articles that have come out, and then the owner, well, the brand manager, because Morey's still owned by that huge conglomerate,
Mattel,
Wemo. I think Mattel
sold it to Wemo.
Sold them,
yeah,
and then sold it to Wemo, and Wemo's owned by another huge one called Intersports, which is like a massive conglomerate.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the brand manager of Morey, he put this Reddit post up on the bodyboarding page on Reddit, and it's massive post. And basically, he's gone, "Hey, taken over. I've been finally given the free license to be able to reinvent the brand. We know you guys aren't happy with us. You know, there was that controversy over when Tom Morey died, and they sold that 50th anniversary board using his name, and the family were like, this company's fucked. None of the proceeds have gone to our father. They're just like, making money off our father's name, who's dead now. Please don't support this." So anyway, the brand manager who took over is this guy Lee something. So we know you guys aren't. We know the community's not happy with us. We know you guys aren't happy with us. So what can we do to do better by the community? So there was a bunch of, and they were like, "We'll sponsor a top pro. Make better boards because the Morey boards have been fucking shit for a long time. Improve your shipping, and then make amends with the riders that, like the Hubs and that, who rode for them for years and then were unpaid from their contracts and things like that." And the guy's real transparent. He's like, "Yep, I'm taking all this feedback on board. I really appreciate it." It's a big thread on Reddit. And then I think a few months later they signed PLC. And PLC, I think from what PLC said in an interview that he did, he was just like, "I wasn't going to sign with Morey unless I built these things into my contract and did this, and this, because obviously his conscience he wouldn't have signed with Morey if there was just going to be the usual deal. I think he signed up to help them rebuild the brand."
Yeah, cool. Because I think one of his maybe first board sponsors was Morey, which is quite cute.
Yeah, when he was at Grom.
When he was a super Grom, yeah.
Yeah. So I really like that for the bogging world because I know this might be a tricky subject for you. We should talk about it though, but I think that there's a few big players in bogging that hold the purse strings.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. Sophie's just giving me a cup of tea.
That's lovely.
And I think that obviously the people that hold the purse strings are Wemo with Morey, because it's such a massive company. I think
Mm-hmm.
Science and Hubbards have a little bit of cash, but not a hell of a lot. You know, so it's not like Mike Stewart's rich.
You don't think so? Sure, I would have thought he's
No, I
quite
don't think
successful.
so. I think he's successful, but I think that a lot of the money that he makes from Science and stuff just goes straight back into the running the brand, you know.
Mm.
But I think the biggest elephant in the room is Nez. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I think he's got by far the biggest board company or board manufacturing in the world.
Mm.
He doesn't just build Versus and NMD, but his factory pumps out a lot of other boards too.
Yep.
And it'd be just really interesting to hear what Mez has to say about the industry itself. And my take is he's sort of stepped away from sponsoring any high level pros or young and up and coming guys. They're still getting Winchester and Ben Player pro models, even those guys have pretty much retired.
Mm.
And I think there's still a lot of money in the bodyboarding world, and those bigger players. But there's obviously a reason why they don't have a safe or sustainable tour to sponsor, because obviously IBC's dodgy as fuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just, I don't know. Like, it was nice to see that story from Morey, and I hope it goes well, because I've been hanging out and waiting for some positive stories about the industry. Because as you know, I've been pretty down in the dumps about the booking industry for a long time.
Mm.
And I'm looking forward to the Shark Island Challenge, and the guys are doing really well at promoting that. And that Kingy video was hilarious.
Can we talk about Shark Island Challenge? Because far out, that's pumped me up. I'm super excited about that event. And I had a few messages back and forth with NATO, and shout out NATO. But yeah, he's gonna free up his calendar and head down to watch the comp live, which is sick. I'm jealous actually because I'd love to go over and do that. Fuck, it'd be cool just to boost over for a 4 or 5 day long weekend. You know, when they give it the orange light. I think the comp's going to be amazing. It's probably going to be the most watched boogie boarding event of the year. Sounds like they've got a really good live stream organized, multiple angles. Sounds like it's going to be a pretty well-oiled machine with a whole bunch of rippers.
But what do you think? I mean, what do you think though, like, about the industry in general? Because I was stoked. You know, it's cool to see with Shark Island, but I was stoked to see that about Morey. I've never owned a Morey board.
Oh Jesus. Okay. I used to love them, back in the day. Me and DeGoldie and a few of the crew used to love our Mach 25s. They were amazing. Yeah, God, the Spencer skipper boards when they first come out were insane. I love Morey. Always have. Always have loved Morey. But yeah, I think the industry's interesting, definitely. Back to your thoughts about NMD and Mez. It'd be good to hear what he has to say about everything, but I just think he's probably selling quite a lot of boards still with the Ben Player and the Dave Winnie name. So
Yeah.
it's almost like, why stop doing something that's profitable? Because there's no really young Aussies that are really pushing it, apart from, the obvious ones who already have good board sponsors. Yeah, maybe he just needs to back a young horse and see where it goes. But yeah. And I don't blame him for not sponsoring any of the fucking IBC stuff. Yuck.
Yeah, fuck that.
Why would you?
I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole.
I'm sure he's sponsoring part of the Shark Island Challenge. I'm sure he will be.
They definitely. I don't think he is, bro, because I think hand-picked
He-
bodyboards who I just ordered my new custom off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are the main sponsor.
You're that base there, right?
Have a look. Yeah,
Pretty sure handpicked are based, if not in Cronulla.
There's somewhere there, yeah.
Yeah.
Shark Island Challenge.
Because that he's funny as fuck too. That Jack, what's his name? Is it Baker? Yeah, Baker. He's sponsored by them now, I think.
So the sponsors,
Bodyboard King's one of the main ones, eh?
Yeah, Innovative Home Loans, Handpicked, Bodyboard King, and Hubboards.
Okay.
Yeah, man. I don't know. It'd be interesting to hear.
Who knows? Maybe they didn't offer it to Mez, or maybe he didn't get a look in. Who knows?
Yeah, man.
It's hard to pass judgment on whoa,
I'm not
Katie Simmers.
Jojo, but
yeah, mate, you got to be careful with old Mez with me, mate. We're a fucking ride or die, mate. I'm ride or die on Mez, bro. On Mez's dick. Ride or die, son.
Riptide. Riptide's they're doing good though. I'm looking forward to it. When are the dates anyway? When are the dates?
I think the window starts soon. I think it's May through to.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be epic, eh? It's going to be so fucking sick. Did you see the recent swell they had just recently at the island and the Cape? Hey, it was only just.
Yes,
it was only just like.
One. Yes.
Well, it's the same swell that hit the island. Yeah, you would have seen some of the island footage then.
Yeah.
It was pumping at both spots. Yeah, look good. Look good.
Isn't it funny how they can surf that place now?
Yeah, it's because I guess all the big heavies have sort of relinquished their gay dominance over the spot, eh? That haggard Maru the Bra Boys period. It was so yuck.
Well, I tell you what, bro. This was something else. It was a podcast done by that guy, the Swellian. You know.
Yeah. Warren.
He was interviewing Dustin Barker, like that Hawaiian heavy.
Yeah.
And they were talking about the Woflpack. And Dustin said, well, the reason why the Woflpack disappeared is because everybody got into fucking pharmaceuticals.
Oh, yeah.
That was like, that's
just
why
drugged out.
Just Andy Irons died. Because that's when all the pharmaceuticals, like, what do you call it? Oxycontin and all that.
Yeah, the oxy addicted to painkillers and shit.
That whole crew just disappeared down that hole of drug abuse. And I would not be surprised at all that was the same case for those clowns, the Bra Boys. This is like, I was talking about this with Wowsy when I was over at Pop. People get it, if you rip in surfing or booging, if you rip, you get away with so many personality flaws. Honestly, you do.
Yeah, that's true, eh?
If you're a kook, people are real quick to pick out that you're not only a kook in the water, but you're a kook on land, and no one wants to hang out with you. If you rip, and you like the tastemaker in your local spot or something, it can really cover up a lot of the shitty holes in someone's personality. And I think that's true everywhere.
Yeah, it's probably true in every single sport.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, fully.
So I just I've met some people who have ripped over the years, and I was like, you're a fuckwit. I don't care that you ripped.
Back to the Shark Island comp, that Kingy video, like you mentioned, that was fucking the funniest thing. The funniest thing, eh? Sitting there polishing his trophies, watching
the handstand.
That handstand at the end. Oh god, it's not so good. If anyone needs to be in the comp just for pure comedic gold, it has to be Kingy. and he absolutely rips. So it'd be so
Didn't he
good.
not get a wild card? That's
I don't
great.
know. That's a bit
Must
rough.
be some, internal beef.
Well, you need a sponsor backing too, don't you? So what's he got? Who's going to sponsor? Who's going to sponsor him?
I didn't realize QCD boards was still going. I thought that was like
Old Quigley.
Todd Quigley was
Old
long.
Quigos. Yeah, I don't know. Is he still doing his thing? Is he?
I think Kingy gets his boards from him.
Oh yeah, I did see that. Quigley might just be doing small run customs and stuff, eh?
Oh, I checked out his website and it's still all go. You remember like 20 years ago, and he was just like you'd see him everywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
He was one of Mez's proteges, I should say. And he jumped into that custom game just underneath Mez and filled, gave people options. It was cool. QCD. I remember heaps of the crew down here were getting boards from Quigos.
I got QCDs. I got a couple, and I was never happy.
Yeah. Well, that's the risk you take with ordering a custom board. It's like you never, you can get all fucking techie with measurements, and you copy in a board that works good, but then sometimes you order one, you're like, fuck, this is shit.
I remember my first QCD I got had reverse rocker when it turned up. I was like, what the fuck?
No, that's a big part as well. Like when you get a board that the rocker's fucking weird, you just from the get-go, you're like, oh, fuck, this is going to be painful.
And then you don't feel good riding it either. It's like,
no.
fuck this. Fuck
yeah,
this board.
It's already in a negative light, when you see the reverse rocker.
Are you enabling sharing?
Already have you. Interesting fact is, when I was working with the crew in the bug industry, player, because we'd always watch Mez when Mez was making like players boards. So player would get like fucking, a big stack, like 6 to 8 boards every time he needed some gear. Yeah. And would go and check out the boards once they were finished. It's like picking up fucking one of God's creations, like and this was going straight to Benny Player, who was in his absolute prime. And you'd look at it, and Benny always asked for a little bit of reverse rocker. And all his boards from like sort of 3/4 way through to the tail just had a little bit of reverse rocker. And he loved it like that. That's what he wanted. So isn't that interesting?
I think it was the whole concave idea, maybe,
Yeah, that's right.
Because that's taken it. Those concaves, I think we talked about in the last podcast, didn't we? That I talked about it with Jace.
Yeah.
That concave hole thing that has been brought back.
Yeah.
It's just like changed boards for the better so much, like those quad channel concave.
Thoughts on Tyler Wright's teeth? Thoughts on her braces on her teeth? Got any thoughts? Because my thoughts are, holy shit, she looks like a donkey, man. Donkey mouth.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Tyler Wright's teeth. That should be someone's username on the old Stab forums.
Is this
Tyler Wright's teeth?
Are you on the Stab forums, are you?
No. Remember they used to be classic back in the day, though?
No, I never checked them out.
Oh, I did. I didn't go posting, but I knew a lot of bugs in New Zealand were. But I used to go in and see some of the threads. Fuck, they were weird.
Check it out. Here comes here's my new board.
But yeah, a lot of the names. Yeah, I can see that. A lot of the names used to be something like Tyler Wright's teeth or Jack Robbo's bowl cut. Like people's fucking, Oh, it's funny.
What do you think? Tell me what you think. You like the colours?
So you've gone for a lime deck and a yellow slick?
I love bright colours. Yeah.
Nice.
Gone with the old school rail colours, like what do you call it? The name for it. Like, like the
double pin
rail goes all the way around.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then your quad channel concave.
Have you noticed that a lot of people are doing that these days? What
old school rail.
Yeah, like Kainoa's boards used to be like that too. They'd have so it was like, that means you've got a tailpiece and you've got a nose piece. It's bloody more work for the shaper, which is a bit of a pain, but they look cool because you get that one streamlined color right round the board.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I'm going to do that as well for my next custom.
Yeah, I mean, I got shout out to Handpicked. I'm really looking forward to it turning up. Hope it's a good board.
Well, you might be giving them a negative shout out once.
Yeah,
if it's no good.
After me though, like I got it for $650.
Jesus,
no, $680 New Zealand, including shipping.
it's a lot
and
of
that's
money,
with
isn't it?
mesh, three stringers, the
Price.
the extra.
It's going to be stiff, mate.
I need a stiffy mate. What is it? And then the concave, the channels, and those rails do take a fair bit more to do. Now, what I've got to find this here.
What are you looking for, buddy?
Separate chine. That's right. They call it the chine.
Rail and chine. That's the two parts of the rail.
Yeah, rail and chine. So the chine,
and also they call it the pin line as well. So there's
because that pin line's that little thin line right through the middle of the rail.
Because you put two rails on, so that's the inside rail.
Yeah.
Yes. Hey, mate, we need to get into some debrief of the comp because we're going to have a lot to talk about, especially with UFC 300 as well.
Hey.
So should we do the comp debrief now and then finish with 300 and then whatever's on your show notes?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Let's do it. It was 2 weekends ago now, wasn't it?
Was it?
It's been 2 or was it just 1?
It might have been 3 weeks ago.
Fuck, is it 3 weeks? God.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Holy shit, time's flown. Bloody flown past. Yeah, 2024, Blaketown, baby. Provided the goods, hey? Provided the goods.
Can we talk about the first controversy, though?
Yeah, 100%. On day one, when we all met up at Blaketown side, we look across the river and fucking Wave Trap's doing its thing. It's doing its thing. And this year we gave the reins to Ben McPake as the head cheese contest director. And I was giving him advice saying, hey, I reckon we should let's go to the trap. There's good waves. I've seen like fucking 3 barrels in 5 minutes. Let's do it.
Round one.
Let's just get it going. And there was a few negative voices floating around thinking that it wasn't good enough and it was a bit slow. And oh well, the decision was made to just run a drop knee final, the straight final, and just see how it went.
So Ben's theory was that the tide was going to get too high too quickly for us to have round 1, which takes 2 hours, right?
Yeah, which is a fair call because it's very tidal with the trap.
Fair call, but I think what we did see is that it took us by surprise a little bit because it basically got better. It got better. Like
with a bit of tide coming in.
7:30. We were watching it at 7:30 in the morning, and we were like, "Oh yeah, it looks pretty fun." But like, I think the tide's going to get too high in the next like hour or hour and a half, and then all of a sudden it's like we've run our little drop knee heat. We've all pulled into some barrels. We've had, you and the boys have had a good time on the knee. I've been blowing it because I'm too fat for a drop knee. Fat, and then when we got out of the water, it just kept getting better.
It did. As soon as we stopped, you stayed out. You stayed out after our heat. And you got a really nice barrel, and you didn't make it out though, huh? Out of one of them,
I didn't make it, which I was gutted about, but it was it was sick.
Yeah, people were talking about it. And then a few of the other crew paddled out as well. And shout out to Jason Spence, mate.
Mate.
There's a nice little picture that you're putting up on the YouTube video there. It's quite nice. Yeah, and that inside peak just got better, eh? As like a bit more tide
Oh,
filled in.
there's
And
a
it,
tide filled in me.
we could have had 3 hours of surfing in there.
Yeah,
Easy.
yeah.
Easy. It broke for a while after we finished the drop knee. And
Bino got like maybe a 6 to 8 second barrel.
who was that, sorry?
Bino.
Yeah, shout out to Jason Spence. He free surfed his way and into a perfect 10. We were all watching it. Did you see it live as well?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Well, you were with us, eh? I think
yeah.
it was me, you, and Ads and Johnny and Bromley, and might have been Blackwood as well. And we just see him pull in, and it just barrels off, and we don't see him for about 8 seconds. But I'm like, if he held his line right, he could come out, and then just at the last second, he comes out of this fucking. It was a perfect 10. All of us judged it a perfect 10, and what a shame it wasn't in any heat. What a shame. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
So I think
incredible.
I think Pakey was feeling a bit bummed out about that, but that's just what happens. Sometimes you got to make a call, and
Yeah,
sometimes it's right, sometimes it's not so right. At least we got a heat in there. Um, but yeah, ideally we probably should have run round one. It would have been fucking sick to have some prone heats in there.
oh my god, yeah.
Yeah.
We could have run part of round two as well by the time like it was still breaking at lunchtime basically.
Yeah, yeah. It
We
fizzled
just got
out.
a bit
Yeah.
it got a bit fatter. But Jesus Christ, like some of the barrels come. It wasn't all time wave trap as we know.
No, but it would have been
But
sick to see the prone crew like
yeah,
try some rolls and spins and flips and shit, because like that inside
yeah, and the
bowl
odd good,
section is so hittable.
yeah, and the odd good barrel, eh?
And what's crazy
Yeah.
is I literally surfed it again yesterday. It's like, yeah, it's still
Was it?
it's
So was it good? Like, was it good?
yeah.
Did you get some barrels?
Yep, got some barrels. I got one sick drop knee barrel, like quite deep, couple of prone ones. I did like the section it had 2 sections on some of them. Like you take off in the first section, you look down the line, and there'd be a wedge section coming towards you in the river. I did a fucking lip reverse at the wave trap. I was like, what is happening here? It was weird.
That bank's been there for so long
I
now.
think I
It's
was talking to Mikey about it
incredible.
because it was just me and Mikey yesterday surfing it, and we think it's been probably about 4 months, almost
Yeah,
4 months worth of bank.
yeah.
It's and breaking on all swells. It just needs to be big. It's fucked. So good.
It's so weird, bro.
Yeah. But
It's so weird.
and then so anyway, fast forward. So that was day one, pretty much. We didn't run any other heats. And we hedged our bets for day two, of the waiting period, which was Saturday. Saturday.
Yep. Yeah, and then like Blaketown was pretty raw. It was pretty raw for day one.
Yep.
For round one. But and what I'll do is I'll put out that that highlights clip earlier this week. But I'll throw together like a B-roll thing as well, like round one, silly stuff and drop
Yep.
the waves and that. But anyway, it was pretty raw.
Very
but
contestable.
but contestable as there was some good barrels that went down. Jace Spino did the huge Epo ear.
Oh man, that's so
that was
cool.
sick.
Yeah. Jason Buck was a standout.
Jason Bark was a standout.
Mm.
I got top score round one, which was
Yeah.
really weird.
Yes. Oh, Joe, you were seeded first. Top seed. Here he is. Fu Man Swoo, living it
How's
up.
that? How's that FaceTime me, you and Frankie had
Oh.
that night? And Frankie was sending me motivational quotes, and he's got to do it. Got to do it.
So
And I psyched
funny.
myself out so hard for my quarterfinal.
What about the funniest moment? Was it in day one where, when you went up to the car and you're waiting for my reaction? Was that day one? I'll tell everyone about this little setup. Tell the story.
I think it's better coming from you.
From me?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
You might have to fill in the blanks because my memory's shit. But so were we in a heat together, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
With
round one.
me, It was me, you, Jack, and Spino for
Yeah,
our round one heat.
yeah, that's right. And I thought I'd surfed averagely, just groveling pretty much. And I thought Spino was surfing okay. I wasn't really. I saw you get a few good waves, but you kept your cards close to your chest, like you weren't
I,
given any, or not. Well, didn't you?
I was blowing up.
Oh fuck! Well, I can't remember that.
I was blowing up, hey.
Not
Like,
with. I was not noticing that.
I was blowing up.
I couldn't hear you. I couldn't
Fucking
hear you
Jace
blow
keeps
up.
sitting at the top of the peak as well. And
Yes.
I
Oh,
was like, fuck off. I said to him, I was like, fuck off.
yeah. 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 He does. Jason always does his little. He paddles out further past everyone because he's so little. He can like catch waves from way out and just like gain pole position. Sneaky bugger. Yeah, I one of the in that heat, he caught a wave and he was paddling back out the rip and he went straight to number one position. I said to him, I was like, "Oh, you're not next." I don't think he heard me. He looked at me as though he was confused. I was like, "You're not next, bro." I don't think he gets it. He'll just be like, "I'm paddling for a wave. Fuck you, Blaketown boys." But anyway, so Hodgie went and checked the scores before everyone else to see the results. And then I think me and was it Spencer walked over there or something. And I just remember I was over at the judging table looking at the scores, getting the result, and you were already up in your car eating some food. And as soon as I like you were waiting to see my reaction, like loving it. Like you're literally the meme of eating popcorn, like just loving the moment. And then I look at the results and I'm like, I think I might have got last or something. I don't know. But I look up and you're just fucking you just start cackling away, like laughing so loud. I just thought, oh, well played. Because I was instantly shocked and fucked off, and then I look over at you, and then I'm just instantly laughing and smiling because like you're just pissing yourself so hard. Oh, it just turned me from grumpy into just like laughing within 5 seconds. It was so good.
So like the backstory, so I was sitting because I helped judge the last couple of heats of round one. So I was sitting there. I didn't actually like go out of my way to check the scores, but then Pakey came up to me and was like, "Oh, you're top seed." And I was like, "What the fuck?" I was just like, I cooked that heat. Like I was surfing like shit. Like like yeah. I actually was like shouting at myself, like
Yeah.
coming in, like fuck. Like
Oh, really?
just off it. And then like came, I was like, fucking speedo, fucking sit at the top of the fucking pig. and then I was sitting there and I was pretty fucked off. I was like, fuck, I'm gonna have to surf round two, like the recharge.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I might forfeit. I can't be bothered, eh? Like,
Oh, you suck.
and
Yeah.
then and then yeah, Pake told me that. And then I saw you were sitting with like ads and Spino up by the cars. And Sophie arrived with some McDonald's for lunch. And I had to walk past you guys to get to the van where Sophie was.
And you'd already known.
And I think you said to me, "Do you know the scores?" And I just didn't. I didn't even answer. And as soon as you said that, I was like, "Here's my opportunity." I was like, "Here's my opportunity." And so, because I wasn't thinking of it before then, but then when you asked for the scores, and I could see you were like sort of like eggy, I was like, "Fuck, here's my opportunity." So
I was
like,
eggy, mate.
said to myself in my mind, "Don't say anything. Don't say anything. Don't answer it." So like, I walked past you, and then I got my prime position in the van, so I sat in the passenger seat of the van.
Yep.
I swung my legs out to the side.
Yes, you did. Doors open.
Perfectly positioned, doors open, so I could just look back towards the judging table.
While you're chapping out on your athlete's meal of McDonald's.
I've got my chips. I got my chips, which are really good too. Chippies. And I grabbed my chips and I sat down and I looked over And I just watched, and then I saw you all congregate around the shed,
Table. Yeah.
and then I could hear you go, I'm like, "Oh fuck!" And then you go, "Oh, Hodgie's #1. What the parody know?" And you go, I heard you go, "Parody knows, parody knows."
I pointed
And
to you and I was like, he already
and
knows.
you
Look,
turn around,
look.
and you turn around, and you see me, and I'm just like,
So good. It was so funny. Fuck, that was funny. Oh, that was probably the best moment I reckon of the whole Coldplay was that. It was so fucking good timing. Sitting there fucking feeding your face, laughing away.
Fattest guy at the comp gives top seed.
Yes, give it up for the fatties.
It is. And so anyway, yeah, standouts were Spino, Jason Buck,
Yourself.
not me. Oh, the only reason I got top score is because you did a really nice lip reverse in that heat, but you didn't land it.
Yeah.
So you would have got top seed for the whole round.
I
if you'd
come
landed
so close to
that
landing
lip
that too. I
reverse.
just couldn't push in front of it. I was gutted.
And then all I did was a reverse on one wave and a roll on another. And the boys were like, "Oh, they were clean." So, you know,
Probably like
that
a
was it.
high score of 8.2, but hey, still high.
Yeah, it was like still low as fuck. So,
yeah.
anyway, that was day one. Real pretty shattered by the end of it.
But hey, can we
And
just talk about the fucking empty bombs that were coming through in that afternoon? It was so heavy, bro. It was like,
heavy dots.
oh, they were just the most gnarliest fucking empties coming through. It looked like
Sam Blackman's
so-
wipe out of the wipe out of the comp into Sam Blackman.
Yeah.
Sam Blackman took off on a ball
Yes.
in round 2 and just ate shit. And we were just loving it. It was fucking awesome.
It was hectic. The Blackman brothers, man, they did well throughout the comp.
Yep, Jack.
So yeah, does that bring us to finals day?
Yeah, Joel Liswang looked pretty good as well. They're dark horse.
Joel was looking good. Ads was looking smooth.
Yeah, ads look good. You know, it's insane his bloody muscle memory, man.
It's crazy.
It fucking blows me away. Guy surfs once every 12 months at the comp, and he could still have that flow.
Yeah. Worthy to mention too, there were 17 competitors in the draw, which was, I thought, pretty good.
It was healthy.
And we were missing 3 top seeds. That was McPake, Andrew Lowe, and Sam Wells.
Yeah.
And like, if that would have been a good round number of 20. Would have been
Jay DeGoldie.
And Jay DeGoldie. Would have been a fucking annoying 2021 fucking field. But yes.
Jay DeGoldie doesn't go right.
Nah. But yeah, there was three big top dogs who all 3 of them have won the comp before. They weren't there, unfortunately. Oh, and of course, Frank Robinson, he'll claim that no one's a champ unless Frank's there competing.
Frank Robinson and Chris Martin.
Yeah, so, but yeah, finals day, the swell had dropped a little bit on the Sunday, which was good.
It's cleaned up.
It's just cleaned up. Like we got there and it was low tide in the morning and you could still see the shape of the bank was there. It was like, oh yeah, today's going to be good. Once that tide fills in. So yeah, we just waited for a little bit. I think we might have kicked off the first heat about 9:30 or 10 in the morning, just as that mid tide was starting to roll through. And we got through the rest of the comp into the quarters. Yeah, and what happened with
lots of nice little barrels. The standouts for me were well, I just want to pull it back to a controversy too was a very lucky man was Mr. Jason Spence, who did not check the heat draw himself.
Yep.
And relied on Nuffy.
Tim Blackwood,
to Mr. Tim Blackwood to give him that information, and maybe not the most reliable information from Mr. Blackwood.
Definitely not.
So just I'd actually like to shout out to Mr. Jason Buck, because I think you got a bit of a raw deal in the end there, mate. So yeah, we just wanted to. I'd say I spoke about it with Jolo Ben McPake, and we spoke about it and said the only reason Jason Spino didn't get disqualified basically is because look, he comes from all the way up in Northland to come to the comp.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to, and it's not real super serious. We wanted to give him a chance to compete. But I do think, yes, if you're listening, Jason Bucko, I think you got a little bit of a raw deal, but we do massively appreciate you coming to the comp. We know you're a ripper. That round 2 heat that you did have with Spino was one of the best heats of the whole comp.
Mm.
And Spino, it was like, I think the score difference was like 0.2.
It was super tight.
It was super tight, and both you guys are absolutely ripping in that heat. Spino did that massive Epo air, which had to just get a good score because might not have been like tweaked as, but it was just it was sick.
Yeah.
So yeah, we hope you come back, brother. We know it was a bit of a raw deal. Yeah.
So just to explain it even further, because I don't think people might have got that properly. So Jason Spence was taken for a drive by Tim Blackwood to go and suss out some accommodation because he hadn't organised any accommodation for that night, and Blackwood thought that there was at least an hour for them to go and do that, but there wasn't. It was less than that. Yeah, so Jason Spence's heat, who was already in the water and he's nowhere, so we just start the heat, and then he rocks up and there's like 6 minutes left in the heat. Now, if we kept true to our competition format, he would have had to have just quickly paddled out and have 3 or 4 minutes to do whatever he could do. But the nice guys that we are, and to Jason Buck's detriment, we decided to put Jason in the remaining heat because of the fact that he travelled the farthest from everywhere, compared to everyone.
And we appreciate Spino. We really do.
We do. He comes to the comp every year. But yeah, there's part of me that is okay with the decision to let him just jump into another heat. But there's also part of me that's like, nah, it's competition. If you fuck up, you fuck up. It's we shouldn't have to give people concessions and free rides to the comp as well. So I'm a bit torn about that decision. Because ultimately Jason Buck had a harder heat and he eventually lost in that heat, and he was surfing really good.
Yeah, I think Jason was probably the standout of everybody, really.
But he was looking good, man. He was looking good.
Oh, Jason rips, man.
Jason Buck rips.
Drop me too,
Yeah. I really want to have a good battle with him one year in the final, drop me final.
I was only joking there, but like he's a good drop. Yeah,
that was one of the controversies.
I got to tell you one thing that fucked me off, and I love everyone, but one thing that did fuck me off was everybody was fucking like, check your heat draw. Know when your heat is. Don't rely on the judges to tell you when to suit up.
Yes.
Fucking keep an eye on the time.
Yeah.
Know when your heat is. Yeah. Know when your next heat is, and fucking be ready.
But in saying that, like our vibe at the comp's pretty lax, so I think people just get into that like lax vibe.
Yeah, but this year was a bit much. I thought most years everybody's sort of onto it. We need a whiteboard. We'll get a whiteboard next year so we can put the heat draw up on a big whiteboard.
That's a good idea because we just sellotape it to my car or someone's car or the table and yeah.
So we'll do that next year. But I definitely didn't enjoy judging much this year because I just felt it was a bit stressy.
It was only stressy because like people would keep walking past us and just like standing in front of the judges. Like when we're trying to judge a heat, people are just oblivious. They'll just stand in front of you and then someone's up and riding. You're like, move out of the way. I'm fucking judging, man. Please. A couple of moments like that, and then a couple of hectic, amounts of people just would be real close within the periphery and like you can't focus. Because you got like banter of people just like 2 meters away from you talking. Dogs barking and
fucking dog.
Yeah, but that's all part of it, mate. You just got to get used to it. But it was a bit stressy.
So
some of the heats.
Anyway, I think we got to keep BTC every Easter because I love it. Like just
Yeah.
booking Easter every year.
Yeah.
Fucking, I bring the girls over. The girls love coming.
Yeah.
We've that's 2 years in a row we've scored.
Yeah,
good
it's
ways.
been great. The gods have
You
shined
know.
upon us the last 2 years, which
Yeah.
is awesome.
Old big tonguers is
Tangaroa.
provided.
Yeah, man.
And
Fuck
yeah, it's been sick. So anyway, that was some of the things, and I could sort of tell old Bucko was a bit off it.
Yeah, a little bit.
You know, which was fair. I was meaning to reach out to him to just say, hey man, we appreciate it. So hopefully he listens to this, or Joel Swing or anything, if you could send this to the bro when he's listening.
Yeah.
But yeah, nothing on. But Spino, don't you, because we know Spino listens to everyone. Spino, we love you, mate. I had the time of my life bringing you over. We had
the time of my life.
I was just sick, you know, because he's such a legend. He's been in the industry and the sport for so long. Like he's a pioneer, and to just have that one-on-one time with him when I was driving him over to the coast then back home was just sick, you know, just having big yards with him. He's a fucking legend. He's a great man.
Yeah.
You know, he's yeah, I really respect and like him. So
yeah,
me
too.
You're
Me too.
champ.
And he made a good run in the comp actually. So let's talk about your quarterfinal one, mate. What happened
Nothing
there?
to say, mate. All I did was like,
on.
So my fucking strategy, right, is like, because I can't do maneuvers like the boys. I'm not a ripper, but I know Blaketown really well. I know how to get good barrels of Blaketown and do a nice reverse or a roll. Or when I lose some weight, I can even pop the odd invert or an ARS once in a fucking blue moon, right?
Yeah.
I've never done an air reverse in my life, and I don't think I ever will.
Don't say never. Never say never, my friend. Never say never.
I just got to keep losing this weight. I've got to keep losing this weight. Keep trying. Anyway, so for some reason I got on my head. I was like, I just got to go out and get a wave and just like do a roll and just to get started.
So that's what you're thinking.
Was I thinking? That's not how I win heats. I win heats by going out, knowing where I'm sitting, and waiting for a
selection. Wave selection.
Yeah. But for some reason, I did a complete 180 on my normal strategy. And then I just got on my head. And Jack ended up getting a couple of nice little barrels and rolls. And I was like,
yeah.
And I was actually pretty gutted. Yeah. I was pretty gutted.
Yeah.
Pretty gutted because I made the semis last year and I was pretty wrapped with making the semis last year. But yeah, my goal, like I say, I know I'll never be as good as the boys, like the top boys, but I'd love to take out a BTC one day.
Oh fuck yeah, it's everyone's dream.
I really would. So I've been working hard on losing weight and getting fitter and stronger, as you know.
Yes.
So yeah, that's my goal. One day.
That's good shit.
Don't know if it'll happen, but
it's awesome. And then we had the quarterfinal with the podcast fight between me and Bromley, which is so fun. And Bromley was trying to get into my head, which was classic. He was using some mental strategies, like saying to me, "Oh, you've got so much pressure on you, mate. Pressure." And I was just trying to come back with pressure makes diamonds, faggot. I've got you. And we had a good little battle. Looking at some of the footage, there's a wave that he pulls into and I get absolutely destroyed. It's in the edit. And he kind of kooks the barrel.
Oh, yeah.
Like if he could have made that and did a little come out the cat flap, he would have turned the heat. But thankfully for me, he didn't make that little barrel. So and then how was this for a stitch up?
I'll just play this things while you're talking.
It was pretty close between us. It was a pretty grovelly heat. I knew it was close, and then we're going in and get changed, and we go and check out the results. So me and Bromley both head over, eager to see who's won out of the podcast battle. And so we go over there, and Pakey's like, "Yep, Bromley's through," or he writes on the paper, Bromley wins.
Yeah, like
Or
in
the
the semi-final draw.
And he puts Bromley's name down in the semi-final draw. So I'm like, oh, fuck, bugger. So I was like, oh, well, good work, bro. You win. And I went over and I started getting changed. And then someone yells out, no, it was you, Jolin. I was like, what?
It was me.
It was
you. Because Bummo come over and he's like, how did I make the semi? And I was like, how did you make the semi? and I said to Pakey, I was like, Pakey, can you check the scores, please? He's like, yeah. What do you mean? And I was like, I'm pretty sure Jolin won that heat. He's like, I'll have a look. And yeah, he's completely fucked it.
And he did. I did. Yeah, but it was like super close, like 0.4 or 0.5 or something.
Super close. There's the weight there that Bummo got.
This one there, yeah. So if he had a higher line, if he had a higher line on that, well, the scoop was just weird. Like he almost airdropped it. Like, yeah, he could have turned that wave into something good, I reckon. So thankfully,
you'd got changed.
Yeah, I'd got changed. So
changed.
And then I went through all the feelings. I went from the feelings of despair, gutted, I'm out, Bromley's got me, and then fully flipped around to elation, yes. But then also I felt bummed out for Bromley because I was like, he went through the worst feelings, the feelings of yes, I bet Jolin, haha, and then also, oh no, I haven't, I lost. Oh man, that sucks for him.
Good. Yeah. But Bummo is ripping as usual. That muscle memory.
Yeah.
Fucking surfs once a year as well. Crazy.
Yeah.
Just
and then
crazy.
so Spino was through to the semis, plus me, plus Blackman and ads.
Yeah. Those are pretty quiet heats, those other quarterfinals, I remember, like things started to turn up around the semis, which are showing here now, really.
Yeah.
Things started to,
pudgy.
like some good barrels. Here comes the barrel that just broke your heart. Here it comes.
Oh no. the one with ads.
Yeah.
There it is.
That's that barrel that Ed's got in the semi-final.
I watched that
right in front of you. That must
I
have
watched
broke
that.
your heart.
I would have probably scored that like a 6 or something. What did you guys?
I think we gave it like I can't even remember, mate, but I think we gave it like a solid 7.
Okay. Yeah, overscored, of course. Yep.
I can't remember. Go and look at the score sheets. I can't remember.
I'm just kidding.
I
didn't
want you to win.
Of course, no one wants me to win. That's why I always get underscored.
Oh, bullshit. I love that barrel that Ed's got. That was so sick, that little...
Yeah.
This little next one coming up. I don't know. It's just like a Mike Stewarty barrel. He's just like really, you know what I mean? Just really working it. Yeah, that was cool. I don't know. It looks cool.
No, he did so well. The old fucking surfs once a year at the comp and then takes the win. That just bums me out, eh? Like, fucking hell, surf the place all year round. Then he comes home and he just does the Adam McLean fucking show. That was a nice role too.
We've talked about this a million times, but just imagine like if Ads was,
full time.
Yeah. Or like he was born in Aussie. I think he would have been one of the best ever.
Oh yeah, fully. But yeah, I'll talk a little bit about the semi in detail. So the waves were good.
About semi.
Yeah, about me semi. And then so yeah, we both paddle out and oh, you can stop that now. And yeah. For me, I just couldn't get the waves that wouldn't bad wave selection for me. I waited a wee while to try and get a good one. And then I was like, all right, I'll just get a score. So I think I just did like a little shitty reverse. And then I was like, right, I need to just wait for a good one. And then he got into the better sort of priority. We're just sheer waves, wave for wave. No hassling with me and ads, just good vibes. And then, yeah, he just kept getting the ones that sort of were a bit more open. And I pulled into a couple. And
you pulled into a sick one.
Yeah, real good one. And I was like...
Yeah, it was on the highlights there too. It was real heavy.
I pulled in.
Barrel.
And as I pulled in, I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done the old classic Jolin scoop, late scoop. Yeah.
You faded too hard. Yeah.
Upon reflection. And I knew that as soon as I pulled in, I was like, oh, I could have come out the cat flap here if I just had if I had that speed. So
Yeah.
that was a mistake. And the
You
wave
broke
was,
your leash on that too.
yeah, yeah, we can segue into that little leash chat. But yeah, my leash popped off. And then, yeah, I had one last chance where I found that little section at the end, a little shitty little ear. Probably should have just went to my strength, which is the lip reverse on that section, but I didn't choose it. I went for safety again, like last year in the semi against McPake. I did the same mistake, but yeah, Ed's got me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you want to talk a bit?
Pretty.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, do you want to use that opportunity to talk about my leash failures? My leash.
Yeah.
My leash.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think of semi two. It was Jack and semi two. What was the other semi final?
It was Jack. It was Jack and Jason.
And Jason Spence.
Yeah.
I think Jack.
Jack just done. He just got a couple of good medium scores. He had a real good combo. He did a real long wave where he did
he got a little barrel,
spin in a roll or something.
He did a spin, like a reverse out of the barrel, and then he did a nice roll
on the wash
and
section.
Sort of pipped it, and Spino just couldn't quite find the right wave.
No.
Yeah.
Couldn't.
Which is unusual for him actually, because he's a guru. He knows how to get get the bomber.
Yeah.
Well, mate, the long story short of it, and we're all telling you in the comp, Mr. Kill Smelly, Mr. Killer, is that you tie your leash wrong. We've been telling you for years. You do this kooky little schoolboy knot on your leash while you're texting. You're texting Edison. And it's kooky. Okay.
Yep.
So just get the little piece of string, not a shoelace, a real piece of from Mitre 10.
I love the shoelaces, mate.
Rope, some real good waxy rope.
Yeah, waxy rope. Step one, waxy rope.
Loop it.
Yeah.
Put it through the plug, and then as you pull the loop through the other end of the plug, okay, you put the leash through the loop, okay, and then you just tighten it. Okay. Okay. And then there's no tie. There's no schoolboy knot. There's no shoelace. Leash doesn't break.
See, I've always liked a little bit of extra length from the leash, for the rope to the leash. So
a longer piece of thing though.
Yeah, but you never, so that's why I use that's why I've always used shoelaces, because but yeah, and then I actually got ads, the eventual comp winner, to show me how to do it, and actually tie it on for me properly. I was like, thanks, bro.
All these years.
No one's ever shown me how to do that properly.
Oh, it's incredible.
I'm a kook, mate. I'm a kook.
It's incredible after all these years. It's so funny. I've seen you snap your leash so many times.
I know, bro. I know. But yeah, so
ridiculous.
Let's move into the final. Ads versus young Blackman, the big underdog, Blackman. Fucking how cool is that for his first final at Blaketown?
Well done, Jacko.
Well done, Jacko. Big shout out to you, mine. That was an epic performance.
And we love having Jacko and Sam and Tim Black. Yeah, they all got black last names. Blackwood, Blackman. Love having. It's such a commitment. It's a big
drive.
Long drive to come up, and we're stoked. And that the boys come up, and I mean, I know those boys well, the Blackmans. When they were Groms, I used to surf with them a lot over here on the East Coast, and there's a couple of legends. And it was fucking close in the final too. I think I either judged or helped or just was watching, and it was fucking close. Like, Ed's got had a good start, but so did Blackman. And then I think the final scores were like within 0.5 as well. It was real close. But Ed's pocket surfing did him well, whereas Jack had another really good combo wave in that final where he linked a couple of moves together. And I remember Tim, aka Nuffy,
was like about to go down without seeing the results. He was about to go down. He was like, "All right, let's cheer him up. Like, who's going to come with me and cheer up Blackman?" And I was just like trying to do that. Oh, you just wait, bro. Just wait for the scores because I think even one of the judges had Blackman winning, and it was like the other two judges had ads winning. It was that close, and so we were still telling up the scores, and Nuffy was like trying to go down and cheer him up the fucking beach. I was like, maybe not. Why don't you just wait for the results? But yeah, Ed's got him. Ed's got him in the end.
Yeah, Ed's got him in the end. Very close heat. The waves sort of turned off a little bit, unfortunately, for the final. The wind came up and it just got a little fat, didn't it? Just got a little bit. Yeah.
It was still very contestable, but yeah, sometimes when it gets a bit too high tide, it can go a little bit fatty. A little bit fatty, bombati. Fatty bombati.
Oh, fatty. So yeah, I mean that was the Blaketown Challenge. Really, we've covered the triumphs, we've covered the controversies.
Yep.
I think my general feeling is it's a weekend that's one of my favorite weekends of the year when we get the right ways. When we get skunked, I find it hard.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, it's tough, but
so yeah, we've had some tough years, man. We've had some tough years over the last
5 years.
Years. Hey, I guess and we need to almost start preparing. In 2 years' time, it'll be the 20-year anniversary. So 2026, we're gonna have to do another big one and really promote it and get everyone down from all around New Zealand. But yeah, more the merrier, please, for next year as well, 2025.
Come get shout out to you, Giles, for
some.
keeping it alive.
Cheers, brother. Always. It's one of those events that will just keep going until we stop.
We'll just die.
I think I'll just keep making this event until we're like 70. Imagine how classic that's going to be.
Just breaking hips.
Blaketown Challenge 2048. Imagine
the Blaketown hospital trip.
We'll be able to have like AI robots surfing. We'll be able to like remote control use them. Like we'll have like Xbox controllers on the beach. Have like little remote controls.
So yeah, you got a little bit of time left before you got to go pick up ads. I thought we'd just do a quick health check. I was thinking, and also, because we haven't podcasted since. How good was the fucking night out with the boys for when we went and saw the Warriors? That was just like one of the best nights ever.
It was.
The atmosphere at the game was the best I've ever been part of ever in any sporting event. It was just epic. We got on the cook. It was it was awesome.
That was a great weekend.
Yeah.
I'm just going to pause there. I just need to go for a wee. But yeah, thanks to the fucking boys at the Jolo and Tim show and the Patreon money shouted us those tickets, eh?
Yeah, thank you to the boys for the hookups.
Were we supposed to pay them back? I don't know.
I don't know.
Was it because they did a podcast afterwards, and it almost sounded like were they expecting us to sort of pay them back? I don't know. It might be a bit of a grey area. I don't know if it was officially shouted or not.
Have we got some podcast beef?
No, there's no beef. I'm just wondering. I wondered if they said a couple of things that made me think, oh, was it supposed to be free?
Whoa.
I don't know. But anyway, hit us up, boys, if you want us to pay for those tickets.
Yeah, we'll hook it up.
It was such a good gig. I'm just going to go for a quick piss. Pause.
All right. So anyway.
300 UFC?
Oh. Been done to death, and I'd rather do a health check.
Okay. I want to talk about UFC.
Just quick UFC.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right.
Rightio. So, yeah, you start.
All right. Well, I start?
Yeah. How's your mental?
Okay. Well, mental, not bad. I'll go 7 out of 10.
Nice. It's good.
Still struggling massively with I've been getting 7 to 8 hours sleep more often now.
Well, that's good.
But what the issue is that I still, when I hit the between 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. window, I still get insanely tired, like beyond fucking fatigued. Like, yeah, like, it, yeah, it's so weird. Like, so yeah, I'll eat well. I'll eat well. I exercise. So I've been working out 3 times a week in my home gym.
Nice.
I go for the odd run. I'm surfing as much as possible and
Good.
getting the right amount of sleep. But I still hit that 5 to 7 p.m. window where I just feel like death, right?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's definitely, I'm trying to get to the fucking bottom of it. I don't know what the fuck's going on with it. Yeah, so I got to work it out. Then
Physical?
physically, like, well, I mean, I got you to thank for this, and I really, yeah, I mean, I appreciate you, and I appreciate our friendship, because you've all, you saw how bad I was when I did that podcast at your house, what, like 6 months ago?
Yeah.
Or like 4 or 5 months ago. I was at the worst I've ever been, ever in my life, I think. No, not in my life, but physically.
Yeah.
Physically, the worst I've ever been. Not mentally, because I've got my great family, but physically, which obviously affects your mental.
Yeah.
Worst I've ever been. I was, I've always averaged 110, 115 kgs.
Yeah.
Around that time, I remember I think it was on January 1st or something, or January 2nd. I basically gave myself, like Christmas and stuff, I gave myself that time off. I was like, right, this is my last hurrah. I'm going to eat whatever the fuck I like.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'm not going to think about anything, but I'm going to plan. And I know it sounds kooky, but this is but I'm actually doing it now. I'm putting the my money where my mouth is. And so on January 1st or January 2nd, I jumped on the scales, and I was 131.9 kgs, which is fucking massive. I've never been that weight. And so I spent those Christmas holidays and stuff going, right, how am I gonna get over this shit? And so fasting, you got me onto fasting. I spoke with my doctor about it. I felt empowered and less controlled by food and hunger because of the fasting. I have been working out like a bit of a demon in my gym.
Good shit.
Set up this really good little Jake the Muss gym in my garage, which I just fucking love. And surfing as much as possible. And eating better. I'm not paleo. Like when I was paleo, it was so hardcore. Like when I dropped all that crazy weight, I was so hardcore, so disciplined. It's kind of miserable. Didn't really enjoy it. I'm still just eating basically whatever I like, but not. I only basically eat half the amount of food that I used to, but I don't. But by fasting, I don't crave shit food as near as much as I used to.
Exactly.
So I still have McDonald's once a week, because I just.
Just a little treat.
Yeah, I just do a McDonald's with Tui.
Little cheap meal.
Little cheap meal.
Yeah,
which I just love. We're just me and her. We just go and hang out there and get it. And so, long story short, it's nearly May now.
Yep.
And I jumped on the scales a couple of days ago, and they said 123.9, which
hey. So 8 kilograms. Oh, 7.1.
And a lot of that's just water. I know, it's just like fucking. But now I'm starting to burn fat, and I know I am.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
good shit, mate. I'm proud of you. Keep it up. Keep up the good stuff.
Thank you, Giles, because like I know that you really empowered yourself. Like about 10 years ago, I reckon. About 10 years ago, you really were like, I'm sick of being a little chubby fatty fuck.
Yeah. No, it was actually it was 6 years ago.
6 years ago. Because and I've really drawn inspiration from that. And we've talked about it, but like I've really drawn inspiration from that because you battled with like being a little porker for a long time.
Yeah, still go up and down, but
and
definitely on the right side of it.
There's not a lot of people that can say that they surf probably 10 times better in their 40s than they did in their 20s. And I got to tell you, man, like
it's true.
I've known you for a long time. I've seen you surf back in the day, and you're good. A good drop now. Always been a good drop now. Your prone was a bit Razzo style, as you know.
I know it was
and
legs were flying all over the place.
And now you surf with a fuckload of power. Your reverses, So I don't know. I got you to think, bro. Like to helping me with this fasting journey, helping me with health, and I've really appreciated it.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. It's such a fasting's. It's hard for some people to get into it, but once you get into it, like trust me, if you do it for like 2 weeks, just be really disciplined on it. Don't eat till at least 12:30, 1 o'clock, most days, and then make your first meal a really good meal of paleo, something meaty and eggy and high fat, high protein. It just sets your day up so good. But you need to stick at it. It can be really tough, to get into the rhythm of it, I reckon.
Some days can suck. Like today I haven't eaten yet, and I'm fucking hungry.
It's a good fast.
Backyard update.
Little backyard update. I'll give you my quick health updates. Mentally, I'm pretty good, about a 7.5. Physically, probably still need to get back on the burner. I've had a hectic year, bro, with events and life's been busy. And I had my last big event, which was Ag Fest just recently, which went really well. Apart from the weather was shit day one, but now I'm going to get into a good routine of like less eventy, stressy, worky stuff. Now I can just get into a nice like 3-4 month period heading into winter and just surf heaps, eat healthy. And that's the goal for me. And I just go to the gym twice a week. So physically I'd probably give myself a 7.5 as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
So we're in the up and up here.
Brother.
We talked about it, and like we had to cut out most of the fucking shit when I was at your house. Doing that podcast because I for the audience, I had a full blown meltdown, like broke down in tears and because I knew how bad things were. And I had to turn them around.
It was a turning point.
Yeah, it was a turning point. And buying a new house where I'm happy and comfortable and not scared of our neighbors. And
exactly.
Just makes the world of difference,
Fuck yeah, brother. Onwards and upwards. Yep. Right, let's wrap things up with a 6-minute quick round fire of UFC 300. Okay. So my favorite UFC fighter, Yuri Prochaska, closed off the prelims. What a crazy, crazy fight that was against a fucking laser focus Rakic. And they were just fucking, Yuri was getting absolutely fucking owned, eating so many shots. Rakic looked amazing. Epic leg kicks, like destroying his front leg. He had to switch stance through that first round. Rakic's 1-2 combos were landing. Yuri was doing his weird fucking hands down head movement fucking shit, which I absolutely love. A la Bobby Green, but way more crazy. And he ate a lot. And then I think it was round 2 where he just went fucking, he just turned on that crazy psycho, no fear. Samurai. And he just went through fire, kept eating shit, but then his power is undeniable, eh? When he cracks you, you fucking get hurt. You get hurt.
He's insane.
He's insane. And he fucking, got him. Got the win. Dropped him. It was amazing.
And then I think, man, for me, the UFC 300 would have been a bit of a dud without Max, I reckon. And so that moment, and pretty much everybody knows what happens, but Max Holloway is fighting Justin Gaethje for the bad motherfucker title.
Yeah.
Which is a ridiculous title, but it's cool.
It's cool.
And
It's
the
definitely grown
BMF
on me.
title. And they're having Max is putting on a masterclass. I was sending Jolin voice notes the entire fight saying, I fucking told you this cuntie's going to put on a masterclass.
Because I backed Gaethje in this one.
Yeah, I backed Max in every
Always.
single fight.
Yeah, always.
Doesn't matter, because I think that he is so much better than people realize.
Yeah.
Even though he's lost those fights to Alex, he lost that second fight. He actually won that second fight against Alex. You go back and watch that. He won.
I know, it was very contentious, that one.
Yeah, he won that fight. Anyway, I back him always. So they had this great back and forward fight. Max is dominating.
Can we talk about round one with that spinning kick to broke Gaethje's nose in the last 5 seconds?
The ninja kick to the face in the last 5 seconds was just, epic.
Yeah.
Breaks Gaethje's nose. And then on from there, it's just pure domination, really. And it's technical. It's not like a brawl. It's a technical, damn good fight. Max gets knocked down first time in his career. Gaethje
officially
nearly gets finished early on in the 5th round by Max, with Max throwing those insanely good boxing combos. You go back and watch it, bro. Like those combos that he throws, just so sick.
I haven't rewatched it yet. I'm actually just savoring. Yeah. I'm just waiting for a nice cruisy night, and I'm just going to rewatch it, man. I'm looking forward to it.
When he drops Gaethje in the 5th with like a lightning fast 2 body shots in it, and then 1-2 to the head, it's so fast. It's so fast. Like, and anyway.
The only just one thing, the only blemish I would say is 2 eye pokes that Max gave Justin, which
definitely affected the outcome.
Definitely affected him. He's already got a fucking broken nose, and then his vision gets impaired. I thought, we didn't need to see that, but accidents happen. It's what happens.
Accidents happen. It's the shitty gloves too. Those shitty UFC
I know
gloves.
those fucking gloves.
You know? But anyway, they're changing them. They're getting new gloves in the next few events. Anyway, I'll just go to so last second. Max does the point on the ground. Last 10 seconds, let's brawl. Max is actually one of the best brawlers in the UFC. Just doesn't do it.
He's already in the lead. He's already in the lead. 4 rounds to 1.
Yeah. He's like just doing this because it's the BMF title and he's giving the guy a chance, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, we all know what happens. Max knocks out Justin with one of the most insane fucking moments ever. I just want to say, so you and I've been UFC fan for 10 years, like a proper UFC fan for 10 years. That moment surpassed anything I've ever seen in my time as a fan. Even when Izzy beat
Robert
Calvin. You remember me and you were watching
Gastelum.
Calvin? Yeah, Calvin Gastelum. And I lost my voice. Remember that? Because we were screaming at the TV.
It was a crazy fight. Such a crazy fight, that one.
That was a crazy fight. That was an insane fight. So that's probably still my number 2.
Yeah, me too.
But nothing will ever surpass. I don't think nothing will, maybe, but I don't think anything ever. Like Sophie came, I was screaming like Sophie came in, and so Tui was losing it, like laughing, because I was just like, it was I've never seen it. You'll never see anything like that. You know, he created that moment.
Yeah, I went nuts on the Yuri fight. Hey, Addison had to come out. Was like, "Are you okay?" I was just screaming. I was screaming.
Cool. Yeah. Cool. Oh man, because Max is like, I don't know. I really look up to him. I really admire him. He's come up from an awful upbringing. Heroin and crack addict mother.
That's right. Yeah,
a father that bashed his mum, and just was an absentee father.
Yeah, I'm so happy for him too. He's got a cool little family, hot missus.
Hot missus.
She's so hot.
He seems to be a really good father to his own son.
Yeah, she's great.
He's a proud Hawaiian.
Bro, and his fucking socials blew up. I remember seeing a post he put up just of like the highlights of the fight, maybe the next day.
Yeah.
and there was 470,000 likes on that one post. 470,000.
It's the most viral moment that ever happened in the UFC ever.
Yeah. He'll be getting
I don't
so much fucking kickback from his fucking all his socials now. Like any YouTube, any Instagram posts, he'll be getting mad ad revenue from all the stuff he does now. Be crazy.
He's always been a big star. He's always been a big star, but this just skyrocketed it. This skyrocketed. Because he's always been, but people don't fucking. He's been in the UFC for 12 years.
Yeah.
He's been the champion and was he defended the belt a bunch of times.
Yeah.
He's fucking
nuts.
He's like nearly won the lightweight belt. Against Poirier. And everybody was writing him off after that because he looked like shit. Well, he didn't look like shit. He did that on 6 weeks' notice with no training camp.
Amazing.
He was fat. He even said he was fat.
Yeah. He's the world's his oyster now. He can do whatever he wants. Like he's got so many options.
He's just and he deserves
so many
it,
options.
Man. He's just you couldn't happen to a better fucking guy.
So cool, man. I'm so happy.
600K bonus.
I know.
600K bonus.
What the fuck? He's set for life.
I reckon his base pay would have been like probably about 500 grand for just the fight.
Probably. It'll be. You can check that out somewhere. They'll have that up somewhere.
No, the UFC have like, if you listen to Luke Thomason or you do now. Thank God.
Have been for ages now.
Yeah, good, because the UFC have blackmailed Nevada State Athletic Commission into hiding the fighter pay, because then it creates more leverage for the UFC to keep things secret, so that they can have more power over the fighters on what they get paid.
That sucks, because I remember a fight. It might have been a couple of fights ago. They showed it was the Volk to Poirier fight. They showed the big breakdown of all the pays.
Yeah, so that was in California. So different athletic commission.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so the California don't really put up with the UFC much. They're like, because they got enough boxing events in California. They're like, well, you can come here, fine, but we're not going to be blackmailed by you fucks.
No, fair enough.
Yeah. Anyway,
all right, I've got to go, my bro. I've got to go and pick up my daughter from the airport.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Max.
Long live Max. And we haven't touched on the main event, but that was just fucking Pereira doing Pereira tings.
There was Jamal Hill being a complete retard.
Oh no, I loved it. I thought it was good. I loved it.
Yeah, but
I love Jim.
I'm gonna knock out one of the best kickboxers in the fucking yeah. Good idea, numbnuts.
Just one thing before I go. Watch the replay. Pereira stands on his lead foot, stands on it, and he's stuck. And then the left hook just comes around. Good night.
Give him the Mary Randy.
Oh, Mary Randy. Oh, Brazilian Randy.
Yeah.
Right, bro. Good to see you. Thanks for everyone for tuning in once again for our little sporadic podcast. We love you.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next time on Swoo.
Yeah, and thank you for coming to the comp, and we'll see you next year. And
more the merrier. Make sure you come back. Everyone from the North Island, you're more than welcome to come along.
And we'll keep trying to do podcasts. So we just fucking, I don't know.
We'll try our best, my bro.
Health is our priority at the moment.
That is, my friend. Righto, mate. See you later. Bye-bye.
Yeah.